Hi, last night I watched The Stuff, one of the many films now available on YouTube's free with ads service, where you can watch movies with ad breaks inserted every 10 minutes regardless of whether or not they're in the middle of a sentence. The Stuff is written and directed by Larry Cohen, whose previous film Q the Winged Serpent I also watched, and this also stars Michael Moriarty. This time the story is about a substance that starts bubbling up out of the earth, and the man who finds it in a quarry is intrigued by it and immediately decides to eat some, as one does, and discovers that it's delicious. And soon it's being marketed worldwide as a delicious dessert that has no calories but is just as delicious or even more so than ice cream and much more addictive. But an industrial spy is hired by a conglomerate of ice cream manufacturers to try and find out what the secret is behind the stuff, whilst a young boy has seen it move on its own in his fridge. The two eventually join forces and discover, assisted by the woman who designed the advertising campaign for this stuff, that it's some kind of intelligent substance hollowing people out from the inside and turning them into zombies to do its bidding, with the intention of taking over the human race. It's an odd film. The problem, it's a great idea, and it's a great allegory for consumerism of just eating and eating and eating, and it just hollowing you out and turning you into a zombie that can only do nothing other than just keep eating this stuff. And it has parallels with cocaine, with its addictive nature, the fact that it's this white substance. But the film really doesn't seem to be fully thinking through a lot of its ideas. Ultimately, a far-right militia group is called upon to assist in saving America, which is not a great look, even though the head of that militia group is the butt of numerous jokes, and it's made very clear that the film does not agree with his politics. But also the film winds up being quite disjointed. It's quite poorly directed in places. There's action scenes or set pieces that don't connect together because they're so badly shot and edited. And at the centre of it all, you have Michael Moriarty doing another very odd, eccentric performance. He's very much the John the Baptist to Nicolas Cage in delivering these very weird, offbeat performances. Sometimes it's too naturalistic, sometimes it's too mannered. It's never the right tone for the scene. And it can be really interesting to watch that, but it can damage the project overall because it's just not fitting in with what is the best mood or the best tone to strike in each particular scene. The film doesn't have a fully satisfactory ending, I should also say. Everyone just suddenly decides not to eat the stuff anymore, and a plan for a new product is being developed, but that doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and it's as though Cohen is so wrapped up in his allegory that he can't actually get over it and actually finish the story properly. So the result is something that has a great idea, has some effective sequences. The way that the stuff is animated on screen works extremely well. There's all kinds of puppet effects and stop motion, camera reversal animation, even revolving sets to get it to flow up walls. All done very, very cleverly. But the central story is never fully thought through. It's never fully developed into a satisfactory, complete narrative. And Cohen's shortcomings as a director mean that what should be highlights wind up being almost incomprehensible. So although it's a great idea, like so many of Cohen's films, it's the sort of thing where you think this would be the really great subject for a remake if it were made by someone who took this terrific idea and turned it into a coherent narrative, properly directed, rather than yet another slapped together mishmash from someone who has great ideas and has no idea what to do with them.